So that unpleasant little thing is how you clone yourself when you don't have anything else to do it. So the kettlebell handle, try and find where you think the psoas might be. So psoas is like primary hip flexor. It also plays a big role in stabilizing lumbar spine. Guess what? You need a stable lumbar spine, and we're going through heavy hip flexion, so it might be something you want to address before you start training. So yeah, just grab a heavy kettlebell, go through hip extension, start passive flexion, and then just like flex the glute at the end, sort of like go through what's called like reciprocal inhibition. Fancy word is like if your glutes going one way, your hip flexor can't really go the other. What's that?
I said we're both gonna end up on the floor.
Hopefully not with bars on our backs.
Yeah, well, you're on your back, I'm on my front. You ever do, you know, like cars?
I'm familiar
like
with it.
hip controlled, articulated, whatever fucking.
Yeah, we're being recorded, man, so I'm gonna refrain from comment.
Nah.
I don't know, I find when I squat, my feet are on the ground, so when I do my actual stability work, I tend to have my feet on the ground, just as a general rule. I think Dave would call that dynamic correspondence, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't like the standing articulations, but like just something.
Oh no, those are wrong as well.
Why are they wrong?
Because it's not the hip that's in the air that's the issue, it's the hip that's on the ground that's the issue. Notice like this, you want to talk range control, that here, that's range control. Whatever this thing does is just fucking around.
Right.
Because your foot's on the ground when you squat, you need your hips to be stable with your foot on the ground when you squat.
Right. So that's, I mean, it makes sense because because you are much smarter than I am. But like, that's why I do like the hip airplanes and whatnot, you know, which, yeah, it's the actual closed chain like stuff. But I was just asking because I've never seen anyone do these before except for me, because they're prone hip like range of motion shit, and it like, I don't know if it's placebo or if it's just like fucking active stretching, but it makes my hips feel better, so I'm like, meh. But it's just like these, but you're fucking on the ground. That subscap goodness. This is the shit everybody asks me, like, why do I, well fuck, like you filmed Jordan, I'm sure everybody that fucking watches his shit knows this, but everybody's like, oh, my elbows hurt when I squat. And it's like, well, your shit is tight, and you're not actually using your lats to support the weight because your scapulas can't move because your shit is tight. So make your shit not tight, and then use the muscle that you fucking should. And it's like, oh, science. But whatever. I still get the questions on my AMA every Friday, and it's like, how come my elbows hurt? Why do my elbows hurt?
Is this every squat session?
Yeah. I have like a list of, basically I start like bottom up, like I address my feet first, and then I do like some 90-90 breathing drills, and then I do like the soft tissue work in the upper body to get everything locked in where I need to, and then I get under the bar, because everybody's like, oh, you don't, like, you know, like it comes in waves. Like for 2 years, people will roll around on foam rollers for like 45 minutes before training. And then for 2 years, people are like, oh no, fuck it, just get under the barbell. But it's like, if we actually take care of our bodies and do shit like intelligently, we don't break as much. And then if we don't break as much, we can train harder for longer. And then if we train harder for longer, we can get stronger.
Boom.
So
Science.
Again, science.
Next 2 cycles, they're squat cycles, so I'm finishing up 4 weeks kind of a progressive overload, sort of this wave style. So I'm coming up to like hopefully a top double at something heavier than last week. It's not too sophisticated as far out, just more weight on the bar, move it better, move it faster. And then we'll taper back off next week, which is great. I have a big travel week next week, and then week after that we'll start back up with, you know, powerlifter volume, 4s and 5s for multiple sets at a heavier weight than I did 6 weeks ago for the similar volume, and then we'll sort of ramp that moving well into the new year with eyes set for June for next meet. So squat's kind of like been a finicky one. It's on my quad, prepping for the Arnold's in Australia a few years ago. So just getting comfortable with heavier weight on my back more frequently seems to be the way to go. So yeah, that's really it.
I'm competing in sleeves for the first time in 3 years on December 14th in Dublin, Ohio, and I am basically just starting my peak today. So I'm gonna hit. It's written 700 for a triple, so we'll see what happens. Like give or take 5 pounds or so, because I'm gonna use the kg plates. But we'll see, because that's the heaviest I've gone in sleeves in God knows how long. So I'm like, admittedly, kind of nervous, but just gonna fucking do it. So we'll see.
took a lot from powerlifting into business. There's a lot of lessons from powerlifting that definitely carry over into business. There's no doubt about that. The things that powerlifting lacks, skills that I lack, that don't carry over well to business. Teamwork. I'm not good with that.